Once upon a time, there was a planet in the immensity of the universe, in a galaxy, the Milky Way. That planet was called Earth. Its beauty was beyond mesmerizing. One could go so far as to call it pure heaven, a place of utter peace, joy, and unity, where healthy life could take place, and the creatures who lived there were an advanced species named Homo sapiens, or more commonly known as humans. Due to their knowledge and highly developed technology, they were able to make the planet sustainable, along with managing the design administrative systems in a way that did justice to all of the members of the globe, including educational systems, political system, security system, healthcare system, transport system, and environmental system. Cities. They had an environmental policy that consisted of only two things. One, don't use anything that was toxic for people or the planet. 2. Stop using non-reusable items. They had a lot of vegetation, green areas, and natural parks with animals where people could walk breathing fresh air and enjoying the contact with nature and animals. There were also urban gardens where organic vegetables were grown and whose products were eaten by the inhabitants of the neighborhood. People used public transport or used a bike. The energy for the houses came from renewable and non-toxic energies like solar, wind, hydraulic, and kinetic energy. At home, objects like disposable sticks, plastic tea bags, glitter, common household items, or microsphere cosmetics weren't used in that city. So they knew that coffee capsules were very polluting, so they started recycling them too. And so on with many other objects and utensils like wet wipes. They used cloth shopping bags and glass bottles. The citizens reduced waste and sorted out the rubbish. They followed the next steps to avoid using more water than necessary. They turned lights off when they left a room, and all the light bulbs were low cost. The educational institutions played a significant part in the structure of the society. They were in charge of educating the next generation, teaching them the importance of the world and the elements that surrounded them. They also tried to focus the students' attention. In the school, students collected rubbish from parks, beaches, forests, etc. once a month. All the classes had an orchard, and the edible leftovers were donated to the social canteens, and with the non-edible materials, they made fertilizers. In the canteen, all the food was healthy, and local and the students brought their own cloth napkins to avoid using paper ones. A rule in that school was that if you didn't recycle, you would be punished. Importance of reuse, reduce, recycle. Usage of eco-friendly materials. Value of renewable energy. There were recycling bins where people threw away paper, plastic, batteries, etc. There was a box on the teacher's table with reusable paper. They didn't use paper books but digital ones. The school electricity came from solar panels and kinetic energy created by people who moved. The students had a subject about environment, and in high school entrepreneurship students sold recycled bags and reused the items to make new ones. There were two green festivals a year, one in spring where the students ate only fruit and vegetables. The second one was at Christmas, and it was like a flea market where they could sell and buy second-hand items. The area of production was organized in precise ways. The main aim was the utilization of ecological materials for the products, whether they were for the packaging or for the products themselves. For example, they created paper without using trees. In that city, the factories generated their own energy with renewable energy sources to reduce the pollution gas, and they tried to reduce all the waste, and they reused materials. Each worker that was hired in a factory had to plant a tree around it. They recycled all the waste that wasn't usable for them anymore. They also reduced water consumption. The seas and oceans provided half of their oxygen, food for a billion people, and a home for lots of fish and other marine species. To protect them, the government set up some rules and regulations to stop the impact of climate change, pollution, and destructive industries. The results were to have a clean blue oceans without polluting materials, a place where the fish and other marine species lived in harmony with nature and provided many benefits for the human inhabitants. The forests and jungles were green and clean because of the fresh and unpolluted air. Moreover, the animals lived in harmony with nature and endangered animals were protected. Because of this, the concentration of oxygen was high, making the climate sustainable. The animals which lived in farms were fed with natural products, no hormones, chemicals, or artificial products. It was the reason why there were not any illnesses. And that's how the planet was created. Thanks to all these actions, the citizens could reduce the waste to zero, respected the environment, reduced illnesses, and were able to live in harmony with nature. Oh wow, what a fantastic planet! What a pity that it was an utopian planet.